In this video I'll show you how to download and install the Java Development Kit so you can get started with Java programming. I'm doing this on a Windows 7 machine, so if you have a Mac or if you have a Linux machine the steps will be different. We're going to start by opening a web browser and going to www.oracle.com/Java. That'll take us to the main website for Java at Oracle. Click on the link titled Download Java for Developers. That'll take us to the main software downloads page. And we want Java SE, which stands for Java Standard Edition, so I'm going to click on that link down on the category links here. That'll take us to the main download page. We want the JDK. At the time of this recording, the latest version is Java SE 7U2. You might see a different number here depending on whether it's been updated. I'm going to click on the download link. That'll take me to the download page for this. Since I'm running Windows, I want the Windows version. There's two options here. One is for x86 and one is for x64. If you're running a 64-bit machine, you want the 64-bit version. If you're not, you want the x86 version. I'm on a 64-bit machine, so I'm going to click on that one. Before I do so, though, I need to accept the license agreement, so I'll click on that. And then click on this link here to download the 64-bit version. Once I've downloaded the exe file, I want to double click on it and start up the installer. I can do that in Chrome just by clicking on this button down here. If you're not using Chrome, you might need to go to your downloads folder and double click on the exe file. I'll click yes to allow it to make changes to my computer. All I need to do right now is just go through the steps of the installer. It's really pretty straightforward. So I'm going to click next. The one thing you want to do though before you move on is to make sure you make a note of this path, which is indicated right here. In my case, it's C program files Java JDK 170_02. Write down this path. We're going to need it later. But from here on out, we can just click next and accept the defaults and go on and go through the installer. There'll be at least 2 additional installers. There's the main JDK, and then there's the JRE, and then it also installs the Java FX tools. Okay, so I had to go through a couple installers, and the last one was the Java FX setup. I just finished that, so everything should be installed now. I'll go ahead and close the window. This registration page pops up when I finish installing the software. I'm going to go ahead and close this. I don't want to register the kit. Okay, the next step is to set the path variable. I need to set the path variable in order to be able to compile programs using the command line. So I'll start by going to the Start menu and choosing Computer, but I want to right-click on Computer here and go to Properties. Under Properties, I want to click on Advanced System Settings. And then click on Environment Variables. Now on the bottom list under System Variables, I want to find a variable named Path. Here it is. And then click on the Edit button when that's highlighted. That'll give me a window where I can edit the path. I don't want to change anything that's in here, but I do want to add to the end So right on the end of the variable value, let's add a semicolon. And then what I want to type here is basically the same thing that we wrote down earlier during the install. And that's the path of our Java development kit. So for me, it's C:\program files /Java /JDK 1.7.0 _02 \bin. I need to tack on the bin at the end because that's the folder that actually contains the compiler. So once I've got that in there, I'll click OK and click OK on the other windows here and close the properties window. Now to test and make sure this is working, I'm going to open a command prompt. And I do that by going to the start menu. I can type CMD. That'll bring up the command application, and I'll click on that to start up the command prompt. Here I just want to type the Java. I want to execute the Java compiler to see if it's actually in the path. So I'll type javac --version. And if you get something like this and not an error message, then your Java compiler is set up properly, and you should be good to go.